Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine.
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadesha Tarine Namaste
Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Prabhuji, your video is free and we cannot hear you. Prabhuji, can you restart your computer? Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, 1 second, I'm trying to reach him. Haribol. Everybody can keep chanting in the background, please. You can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Ram
Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Ram Ram
Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, you're back. I can see you. You're on mute.
I couldn't, yeah, for some reason the screen froze, you know. Okay,
No problem. You're back.
so so can we chant now Hare Krishna on the beat?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for chanting.
Thank you very much, yes. All right. So if everybody can take their beads out, and then we'll start chanting. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhara, Shivas, Adigaur, Bhaktivinoda.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Ram 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 Hare
Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
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 Hare Hare,
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare, Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanavad.
Jai, jai, jai. So, today we're going to be reading from chapter number 17. So before we start, let's put our hands together. Om Namo, sorry. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuramritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamajam Dadati Svapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhascha Kripasindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhya Vaishnavebhya Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshanyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Nama Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vinda Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita Yatharupa Ki Jai. Rataraj Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapurana Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. So as I was saying yesterday, some of us who study this Bhagavad Gita in a little analytical way say that this chapter 17, can be described as as our face, the face of the devotee. What is happening on the face? What is the index of the face showing on the person? So in the previous chapter, Krishna had described the two extremes, those who are divine and then those who are demoniac. So anyway, but day-to-day experience shows us that people have many faces, and are not necessarily, it's one or the other, demoniac or demon. Life is not generally so black and white. Usually it's a little more on the side of the gray. So the faces that we present on a daily basis reveal something about our faith, the things we trust, the things we believe in, and the places we put value on. So like that. So as they say, what makes the person tick? So chapter 17 describes how a person's affiliation to a particular mode will determine the type of faith they will have, because that's how Krishna starts the, Arjuna starts chapter 17. Arjuna speaks in chapter 17. He says, Arjuna inquired, "O Krishna, what is the situation of those who do not follow the principles of scripture, but worship according to their own imagination? Are they in goodness, in passion, or in ignorance?" So that's how chapter 17 starts, because he wants to know, what about those who are not worshiping according to scripture? What is their faith like? So then Krishna answers, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, this is verse number 2, according to the modes of nature acquired by the embodied soul, one's faith can be of three kinds: in goodness, in passion, or in ignorance. Now hear about this. Okay, so now in the first 7 verses, he is going to describe that although religious people are often referred to as people of faith, we say faith-based, meaning religion is made of people of faith. That's how we talk. But the reality is everybody has faith. People in doctors, in banks, in traffic lights, in driving, you put a faith on the traffic light, right? So like that. So without faith, actually no one can function in this world. To have faith means to see opportunity, reward and value in something, even though it may not be immediately experienced, like that. So it's a little bit of our, like I was talking earlier, a little bit about what we long for, what are we yearning for, things like that. Therefore, according to one's faith, we identify with objects, different objects that we adore and revere, and we begin to worship those things in those ways, like that. So in accordance to this, individuals adopt worldviews, lifestyles, character traits. These are things that we talk about in life. And Krishna brings a discussion on this by giving examples based on diets, sacrifices, and things like that. So this is the first seven verses Krishna is describing like this. So then he says in verse number 3, O son of Bharata, according to one's existence under the various modes of nature, one evolves a particular kind of faith. The living being is said to be of a particular faith according to the modes that he has acquired. In text 4, he says, men in the mode of goodness worship the demigods. Those in the mode of passion worship the demons. And those in the mode of ignorance worship ghosts and spirits. So we can see, mode of goodness, people actually worship demigods. Earlier on, he had actually said that those who worship demigods are fools. And now he's saying those in the mode of goodness are actually worshipping demigods. Why? Because these demigods represent Krishna. That's why. He called them fools because they thought that they were the original Supreme Personality of Godhead when they're not, like that. So then he says in verses 5 and 6, those who undergo severe austerities and penances, he's describing the demons now. Those who undergo severe austerities and penances, not recommended in the scriptures, performing them out of pride and egoism, who are impelled by lust and attachment, who are foolish and who torture the material elements of the body as well as the super soul dwelling within, are known to be demons. So why is the super soul being tormented? It's because the super soul loves each living entity. So when super soul sees that the living entity is suffering, it brings torture, just like we will become tortured if our children suffer. It tortures the parents like that. So then in the last verse of this section, Krishna says, this is verse number 7. Krishna says, even the food each person prefers is of three kinds, according to the three modes of material nature. The same is true of sacrifices, austerities, and charity. Now here the distinctions between them. So he's now going to start talking in terms of the various divisions of faith. So first he describes the austerities. And the austerities he describes in verses 14 through 19, these 6 verses. So in order to achieve anything in this world, this is a very important point, one must undergo some type of austerity. We sacrifice immediate pleasure and comfort for the purpose of some long-term gain. Right? So people who place faith in different things perform different types of austerities in life. Krishna explains the beneficial austerities pertaining to the body, mind, and words, and also the varying motivations with which one may perform them. So in verse number 8, he says, foods dear to those in the mode of goodness increase the duration of life, purify one's existence, and give strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. Such foods are juicy, fatty, wholesome, and pleasing to the heart. Next one. Next verse. Foods that are too bitter, too sour, salty, hot, pungent, dry, and burning are dear to those in the mode of passion. Such foods cause distress, misery, and disease. So we can see, right? Krishna is helping us to understand how to look after our lives. And then he talks about those in the mode of ignorance. Food prepared more than 3 hours before being eaten. Food that is tasteless, decomposed, and putrid. And food consisting of remnants and untouchable things is dear to those in the mode of darkness. Like that. So in these 3 verses, he describes that. Then he talks about sacrifices. Of sacrifices, the sacrifice performed according to the directions of Scripture as a matter of duty by those who desire no reward is of the nature of goodness. So even in goodness, there is no reward. What to speak of pure goodness? Pure goodness, we're only looking for reward of others, like that. Not only no reward, but reward for others. And then in verse number 12, he says, but the sacrifice performed for some material benefit or for the sake of pride, O chief of the Bharatas, you should know to be in the mode of passion. And then in the next verse, he says, any sacrifice performed without regard for the directions of Scripture, without distribution of prasadam, spiritual food, without chanting of the Vedic hymns, and remuneration to the priests, and without faith is considered to be in the mode of ignorance. And now in 14 to 18, I was saying 14 to 19, he describes about austerities, right? So this is what he says in 14. Austerity of the body consists in worshipping the Supreme Lord, the Brahmins, the spiritual master, and superiors like the father and mother, and in cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence. This is what really austerity is supposed to be like. Okay, now he's going to describe the different faiths that will happen, how they actually do it, those in the modes, how they will do it. In verse 15, austerity of speech consists in speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and also in regularly reciting Vedic literature. This is still in the mode of pure goodness. He's described this is what austerity is meant to be. Okay, then he says, and satisfaction, simplicity, gravity, self-control, and purification of one's existence are the austerities of the mind. So this way he describes the different types of austerity. Now he's going to say, this threefold austerity performed with transcendental faith by men not expecting material benefits, but engaged only for the sake of the Supreme, is called austerity in goodness. So now he is saying that this threefold austerity performed with transcendental faith, and that's not easy, by men not expecting material benefits, but engaged for the sake of the Supreme, is called austerity in goodness. So in goodness, it is also like the transcendental austerity. Then in the next verse it says, penance performed out of pride and for the sake of gaining respect, honor, and worship is said to be in the mode of passion. It is never stable, nor permanent. And in the final verse in this section, he says, penance performed out of foolishness, with self-torture, or to destroy or injure others, is said to be in the mode of ignorance. So now in the next three verses, he's going to talk about charity, because the innate quality of the soul is to serve, and thus we find a charitable disposition within everyone to a greater or later extent, greater or lesser extent. So basically, this is what we are talking about in Odarya. Odarya is natural to the soul because the soul wants to serve. You see? So this is why charity is very important. According to one's own faith, we make efforts to help others. Krishna discusses the different types of charity, explaining what is truly beneficial to people. Charity that must be performed within certain parameters. So now, in verse number 20, he says, charity given out of duty, without expectation of return, at the proper time and place, and to a worthy person, is considered to be in the mode of goodness. But charity performed with the expectation of some return, or with a desire for fruitive results, or in a grudging mood, is said to be charity in the mode of passion. And then finally, in verse number 22, he talks about charity in ignorance. And charity performed at an impure place, at an improper time, to unworthy persons, or without proper attention and respect, is said to be in the mode of ignorance. And so now, in the next 6 verses, he's going to describe about the enjoyer of everything. So in this chapter, Krishna discusses all his themes with reference to the modes of nature, right? All these different themes, modes of nature. To understand that all activities, even those performed in goodness, will always yield karmic reactions. They'll still bring karmic reactions to the performer, and thus bind him to repeated existence in this world, because mode of goodness is of this world. So even if we do things in mode of goodness, it binds us to the material world. But is there a way out? This becomes the question. So in Vedic hymns, God is defined as the supreme enjoyer by the 3 words Om Tat Sat. So thus, in our sacrifices, performance, and austerities, if these are dedicated to Krishna, to the Supreme Lord, done for his pleasure and to favor him like that, then such activities will yield permanent benefit and ultimate freedom. Like that. With this kind of transcendental aim in our activities, we will become liberated. It will be liberating instead of entangling like that. So let's read the verses, how he actually describes it. Verse 23 says, from the beginning of creation, the 3 words Om Tat Sat were used to indicate the supreme absolute truth. These three symbolic representations were used by Brahmins while chanting the hymns of the Vedas and during sacrifices for the satisfaction of God, the Supreme. Right? Next verse, verse number 24, Krishna says, therefore, transcendentalists undertaking performances of sacrifice, charity, and penance in accordance with scriptural regulations always begin with Om to attain the Supreme. Now, so this is actually a Brahminical trait because Brahmins are working under the mode of Brahmand. Brahmand means the all-pervasive energy of the Lord, Brahmajyoti. That's the first level of understanding of God. That's a transcendental level. Okay, those who understand the knowledge of Brahman are called Brahmins. They are the real Brahmins, not just who we call Brahmins in this world because they're born to a Brahmin family and therefore they say they're Brahmins. That's not a real Brahmin. So the real Brahmin means those who are actually understanding the truth about Brahman, like that. So now, in the next verse, Krishna says, without desiring fruitive results, one should perform various kinds of sacrifices, penance and charity with the word tat. The purpose of such transcendental activities is to get free from material entanglement, like that. So a lot of times you will see in the different scriptures, this word tat is used. So when you say, whenever you perform any of these various sacrifices, penance, and charity, if we say the word tat, then what happens is that we are freed. We're freed from the material entanglement of those sacrifices, penances, and charity. And then the absolute truth in the next two verses, he says, the absolute truth is the objective of devotional service. And it is indicated by the word sat. So Om, Tat, Sat. Om is when you do these sacrifices, Brahmins do sacrifices. Tat, whenever we do any sacrifices, of course, devotees are Brahmins because, we go higher than knowledge of Brahman. We go to the knowledge of the Super Soul and ultimately to the knowledge of the Supreme Absolute Truth. Param Satya Parabrahman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, Lord Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So here it is said the absolute truth is the objective of devotional sacrifice. And that's what we're doing. And is indicated by the word sat. The performer of such sacrifice is also called sat, as are all the works of sacrifice, penance, and charity, which, true to the absolute nature, are performed to please the Supreme Person, O son of Pritha. So in this verse, he's making it very clear how everything we do is solely for Krishna's pleasure, like that. And then in the next verse, the final verse of this chapter, he says, anything done as sacrifice, charity, or penance without faith in the Supreme, O son of Pritha, is impermanent. It is called asat, and it is useless both in this life and the next. So this is Krishna now indicating to us very clearly, because Arjuna asks this question, Krishna is indicating to him very clearly that everything we do should be in relation to Krishna. It should be in relation to God. So now we understand Krishna to be God because we've come to the stage of what is called Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma is considered the highest of all dharma. So in Bhagavad Dharma, you get to understand that Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, the one who is the first and before whom there was nobody, like that. But a lot of people understand God in very different ways. So they may worship God in different names, like that. But they are also worshipping Krishna. Krishna accepts it because he is the ultimate God. The real person will know who that person is referring to. Those people who are not in that position will not take the offering because they know if they take the offering, they will also get into trouble. So they actually accept the offering on behalf of Krishna. So ultimately, it all goes to Krishna. So they also benefit like that. But then they should do that for their exclusive benefit, not so that we can get some result out of it. Because trying to look for some result, Krishna clearly describes that that is in the mode of passion. And what does passion do? It will bring about misery. It will bring about painfulness. It will bring about all types of difficulties like that. So that is what it'll entangle us. And then even more goodness entangles us, but passion really entangles you badly like that. So basically, whenever we meet people of faith, like we say, of people who are from a particular religion, and they are espousing, they're saying that I believe in God, the most important contribution we can make to their life at that time is actually to say to them, that's very nice that you are worshiping God. Now please worship God for the exclusive pleasure of God. Don't do it for yourself. God will take care of you. If you have faith in God that God will take care of you, then have faith. Don't do it for yourself. Do it for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. We can see that even in our families. When children, out of love, do something for the parents feel very, very happy. When the children do it really because they want something, not really for the parent, they are praising the parent, but the parent knows that the reason they're praising is because they're looking for something. The parent is okay with it, but the parent is not really pleased by that because the parent thinks you're trying to cheat me. They're saying, Dad, you're really great, and then, so dad knows, okay, I know why he's telling me great. It's going to ask for something. Now just wait, it's going to come. Something's going to come after that. And then, but Dad, I was thinking I'm going to university now. I should really get a car, buy me a nice car. That's going to come. Now Dad will buy the person the car because the son the car because he wants him to study in university nicely, and this, that, and the other because he can afford it, this, that, and the other. But if the praise had been without any such motivation, that praise would have been much more pleasing to the parent, like that. You see what I'm saying? And why do we feel that? We feel that naturally because that is what Krishna is feeling also very naturally. Because he's feeling it, we're feeling it like that. So we should see Krishna as our Supreme Father. We should see Krishna as the person who loves us the most. And that understand fully that the total creation put together, everybody, whether they are an incarnation of God, whether they are some type of demigod, demigoddess, or they're some other type of empowered personality, or they are, great human beings or lesser human beings or animals or anything. The sum total of all these people together, they cannot love us as much as Krishna loves us. Try to understand this point, because then we will understand what Bhagavad Gita really is telling us. Bhagavad Gita is song of God. Now, he is singing because he loves us. The best songs in this world are love songs. So some emotion of love, excuse me, some emotion of love is being encouraged like that. So he's our greatest lover. So first he's the greatest father. Everybody put together in creation, no matter whether they're incarnations of Krishna or anybody, all the way down to the microbe, the germ, like that, is described in the Bhagavad Gita. Put them all together, they cannot give what the original Father can give, what Krishna can give. Very easily Krishna can give. What altogether they can give, he can give more than that very easily like that. So have that type of faith that Krishna can take care of us. He loves us the most. So we are, creatures of love. We're creatures of affection. We want affection. This is the place you get the best affection. You see, Krishna. Now Krishna is also our master. Why is he our master? He's our master because we actually want to serve. So when you want to serve, who do you serve? You serve the master, right? The servant serves the master. Servant, whoever the servant is serving is considered the master. That's why we use the word Prabhu, Mataji, like that. We consider them higher. Even a person we meet for the first time. John comes to the temple. Hey, John Prabhu, how are you doing? Like that. We are the servants of the servants of the servants, many times removed. Because it gives us pleasure to serve. Not that just because we are serving, so somebody can abuse us in the process. Nobody can abuse. Hanumanji is an example of a perfect servant. Arjuna is given an example of a perfect servant. No one can abuse these personalities. These are very powerful personalities. Servant is very powerful. Servant of God is the most powerful. Servant of the United States is called the Secretary of State of the United States of America. When he goes to other countries, he's given royal treatment because he's from a great country and is the secretary of that country. He's a servant of that country. Yet he's given very high regard and respect. Like that. And then Krishna also says, we are his parts and parcels. We are connected to him, very intimately connected to him. So anything touches one part, the rest of the body also can understand it is happening. You see, if I take a pin and I hit my poke a pin here in my hand, the center, the whole body will feel it. Not just this will feel, because it is intimately connected to the rest of the body. So similarly, we are intimately connected to Krishna and to everybody else. This is a liberating thought, because this is why the spiritual world is very powerful. Everybody knows that perfectly, that everybody is intimately related to every person and everything. Not only every person, everything, but every circumstance and every time. They are intimately linked. Time, place, circumstance, person. All of the time, place, circumstance, person in Golok Vrindavan are all intimately interlinked. This is why the power of integration is much more powerful than anything else. It blows apart any other type of power, the power of integration. This integration is called the linking process, and the linking process is called yoga. That is why yoga is so powerful. Unfortunately, in this world, people practice yoga, but it is not the complete yoga. It is only one small part of yoga, and they're really doing it for the wrong purpose. The purpose of yoga is for Yogeshvara. And who is Yogeshvara? Krishna. Krishna is Yogeshvara. So this is chapter 17 of the Bhagavad Gita, from all a very scientific way, showing how people are acting in different ways, have different faces, but how they can become truly beautiful. They can become truly beautiful by being totally dedicated to loving Krishna and understanding that when we love Krishna, we are connected to everyone, to everything, to every time, and to every circumstance. We are connected. And if we stay connected with the focus on Krishna, then everything else will work out perfectly. Just like when you look at a tree, every leaf on that tree is going to get its water. It will get the water. Even though you put a little water on the root, every leaf will get water. That same amount of water would not have worked if you went to every leaf and watered it. This is the beauty of integration. Similarly, we put food in our mouth, every part of the body gets nourished. But if you took the same one rasgulla and tried to feed every part of the body, we'll run out of the rasgulla and hardly any feeding will happen. Some feeding will happen because the moment you touch in your hand, this is why Vedic system is to eat with the hands. These 5 fingers represent the 5 elements that our body is made with, Panchadhatu. This thumb is representing fire, the finger represents air, the thumb represents space or ether, the ring finger in the right hand, the ring finger, ladies left ring finger. The ring finger represents earth, and the little pinky represents water. So these 5, see. So the moment you touch the food with the 5 fingers, digestion starts. 10% of the digestion happens right here. Then we put it in the mouth, more digestion happens in the mouth. See, even when it touches the tongue and it starts digesting, now 20% of the digestion has happened. Then when it goes into the body, the rest of the digestion happens. But even from the point that it touches, the 10% that it touches the fingers, the body is being completely nourished by that 10%. How amazing, right? What a beautiful arrangement Krishna has made. This is the power of integration. This is the power of linking things. So this is the reason why in our life, things may happen one way or the other. Sometimes they're going to be good, sometimes they're going to be bad. That's just the nature of this world, that is going to happen. You see what I'm saying? But we don't become affected by that. We stay on the course. We keep doing our service. We stay focused. Arjuna stayed focused. There were so many things that were going wrong, especially when he lost his son, right? What a beautiful son he had, Abhimanyu. What a beautiful son. And when he lost his son, I mean, actually it was, Subhadra's son.
Abhimanyu.
Abhimanyu, yeah. I mean, when he lost Abhimanyu, Arjuna was very, very distraught. But Krishna brought him back. No, wait. Where's your focus here? If you're going to focus on losing your son, you're going to lose the whole battle. We cannot focus on things that are going wrong, because then we will go wrong with it. No matter how bad it is, when something is going wrong, we stay the course. We keep doing what we're supposed to do. Don't get angry. Don't get all worked up. Just keep going down the center to your course. Then you will hit Krishna. And when you hit Krishna, when you touch Krishna, you will see that much more benefit than all the strategies of this world put together. All the strategies of this world cannot give us the one minute fraction of a fraction of a fraction what Krishna can give us. That is why we say you can put all time together, all circumstances, which includes every type of strategy in the world, put all people together, including all the way from the microbe to incarnations of God. You put all places together, except for Golok Vrindavan, because Krishna and Golok Vrindavan are the same. This is what another thing that a lot of people don't understand. And here, this chapter, this was brought out in terms of place. It's also very important. What is the place that you are giving your charity? So Golok Vrindavan and Krishna are not different. Just like Krishna is amazingly great, Golok Vrindavan is also amazingly great. Like that. So these two can give anything and everything that the rest of creation altogether cannot give. This is not easy to understand, but if we try to understand this, it will become understood, because Krishna will allow us to understand. It is a little like, a very nice story. There's a very nice devotee, disciple of Srila Prabhupada. His name is Garga Muni. He's a very nice devotee, very advanced devotee. And Prabhupada loved him a lot. So this Garga Muni, one day he came to Prabhupada and he said, Prabhupada, everybody offers obeisances, but I don't feel like offering obeisances. He wouldn't do it. He would just stand up, not even put his hands together like this. Just, why do you have to do that? Fall flat on the ground and bow down and this, that, and the other. What is all show? I don't feel like doing it, Prabhupada, he said to Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, that is okay. But do it. You will feel like doing it. So he said, okay, Prabhupada asked me to do it, so I'll do it. And he did it. And after a while, he came back to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, I love doing it. He said, how did that happen? He said, because when you are actually offering that obeisance, Krishna is blessing you. He wants you to do that. Namasyantas chamam bhaktya, he says. My devotee offers obeisances to me. If you do what Krishna wants, obviously he's going to give you the result. You're getting the result. That's why you're feeling happy. It's not that I said, therefore you're feeling happy. It's because Krishna is giving you the result. Of course, a little humble. He did say, and Krishna did fulfill his desire too. Krishna always fulfills the desire of the pure devotee. But the point is, again, coming back to this focus on Krishna, singular focus on Krishna, exclusive focus on Krishna, solely for Krishna's pleasure. SKP, right? Solely Krishna's pleasure. Sankirtan party, SKP also. Solely Krishna's pleasure. If Sankirtan party is not solely for Krishna's pleasure, it is not Sankirtan party. And everything we should be doing, everything we do should be Sankirtan. Because the greatest thing in this creation is Kirtan. And Sankirtan is Kirtan multiplied. Kirtana Deva Krishnasya. Mukta Sangha Param Praja, Krishna says. It is Kirtan, which is the greatest quality of this world. And it is the singular quality that defeats all the kalamasha of this world, all the difficulties of this world. Kalir dosha nideraja. Dosha means things that are faulty, things that create pain, things that are creating difficulties. The world is an ocean of faults. The whole ocean is completely dried up and completely removed by one thing. Kirtana Deva Krishnasya. Doing Krishna Kirtan. Mukta Sangha Param Brijet. Then when the Sangha comes in, it becomes Sankirtan. Param Brijet means then you're going to get the highest benefit, the highest result. You will go to the highest position, highest location, which is Golok Vrindavan. So this is chapter 17 of the Bhagavad Gita. This is what makes devotees bright-faced. They say the happy Hares, bright-faced Hare Krishna. This is what makes them bright-faced. Because they're always thinking, how I can please Krishna. Don't get caught in the rest of the things. Well, conditioning is, no, what about my position, that other person's position, but that one is doing that, but that one is doing that. Don't worry about it. Nothing can stop Krishna consciousness. That was the first instruction that Srila Prabhupada got from his spiritual master. When he went to meet his spiritual master, at that time he didn't know this was going to be my spiritual. He didn't even want to go. His friend told him, please come. Nice man, please visit with him. So he went and he heard him, And then he asked a nice question because Prabhupada really believed in the cause of Mahatma Gandhi. How? The British must be sent back home. Then India can actually move forward nicely. But this is not Saraswati Thakur. No. Krishna consciousness cannot be stopped by the British, by anybody. The whole creation comes together, cannot stop Krishna consciousness. Look at how powerful Hiranyakashipu was. He owned the three worlds. We own nothing. You own one small house, you become very proud and owner of this big house. Or we own 5 houses, now even more proud. Or some business or some whatever you might own. Nothing. Hiranyakashipu owned the three worlds. He owned it. There wasn't a place, the point of a needle can sit in this world that did not belong to Hiranyakashipu. That's how powerful he was. But when you challenge the devotee of Krishna, Prahlad, no way he could sing. He lost badly. So badly, like I keep saying, he got squished like a bug between the nails of Nityananda. So you can see, right? This is the ultimate result he got. What's the value of all that ultimate result? He had great strategy. Everything was great. The best failed miserably. Why? No focus on Krishna. See? That's why Krishna ends this verse, that those who actually don't have focus on Krishna fail in this world. Whatever they do is useless now and useless for the future also. Why? Why are we doing things that are useless now and useless for the future? I know these are strong words and many people will not be happy. They will criticize that you're being too judgmental. No, I'm just saying what Krishna is saying. Who am I? I'm nothing. Krishna is saying, Shama evahi kevalam. All useless endeavor. Now and for the future, useless. Now you might say, but no, but I get some credit, my next life. Yeah, and then what? Next life again, no focus, then what? Come back again, come back again, come back again. And then Vishnu breathes in, right back into Vishnu. Hang around for billions and billions and billions and billions and trillions of years. Inside, just hanging. Then he breathes out, you come out again. Repeat the same things. You never listen to the idea that Krishna is the ultimate purpose of life. So now we're going to be coming to chapter 18. This is the concluding chapter. So this is the chapter where Krishna will put a smile on our face. Now you understand the face. Now he's going to put a smile on that face in chapter 18. And we can walk away thinking, thank God I came to know Krishna through the Bhagavad Gita, through the Bhagavatam, through Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita, we come to know Krishna as Gauranga Mahaprabhu, but also Krishna. Because Gauranga is Krishna at his best. That's holy. Same Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. We finished at 9 o'clock today. Very nice timing. And I'm going to ask if any of you have any points you'd like to make, anything you'd like to say, any questions you'd like to ask. And again,
Thank you so much.
also, very much for coming to this program and listening like this and, asking questions and whatever. Really very pleasing to the heart. Because Krishna really becomes happy when we discuss topics of Krishna like this.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for your beautiful class. This is Mukunda Madhav from Dominican Republic. Haribol.
Haribol.
So nice to see you, Prabhuji. Who would have thought?
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Thank you.
And Sarvajaya Madhu, I'd like to really thank you for arranging this because, without you having arranged this, nothing like this would have happened. Of course, we might have done some other things, but anyway, the point is that you took the action and did it, So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. And we all are indebted to you eternally for that. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudevs. I think because of your determination to come every day, we are able to do our services. So I really thank you for your determination to take this class every day, no matter what. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. All goes to wonderful devotees who have been attending every class. They are also our inspiration. Thank you. So, Prabhuji, there is one question from Neha Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for wonderful lesson. And you are one of the best teacher. Questions are, we always in one mode, always, or it changes from time to time? And how can we determine which mode are we in? And how do we move to mode of goodness?
Good. Yeah. So basically, which mode we are in, Krishna described, right? When you're eating food, what type of food are you eating? When you are giving charity, how are you giving that charity? When you are doing austerities, how are you doing those austerities? So if you read that again in chapter 17, you will see where you are. Okay? All right. Now, that is not your complete position, by the way. I want you to know that. That is your partial position, because just like this chapter 17 says, we tend to change. We're not always in any one mode, you know what I'm saying? We tend to move modes. Sometimes we're in goodness, sometimes in passion, sometimes we're in ignorance, sometimes a combination of these different ones together. So that keeps happening to us. That keeps happening to us. You'll notice that you're in different modes like that, right? So the idea is not to move to the mode of goodness. The idea is to move to the mode of pure goodness, which is called Shuddha Sattva. Why? Because it's like this. Imagine that, there is, kindergarten, primary school, high school, and university. And you want to get best education. So the best education is going to happen at university, right? So in kindergarten, right, you move after that to primary school. Then you move to high school. You see what I'm saying? And then from high school, you move to university. So the idea is when you go to school, your idea is to finish at university, not to stay in high school and get a GED or something like that. You may not even get a GED. If you want to stay in high school, you don't get a GED. GED means you're finished high school. We have Mother Vrinda Priya with us. She's a teacher. She knows, high school teacher. So the idea is that we're not interested in any of these three modes. We may be in any of these three modes at any one time. That's okay. But that's just because we're in the material world. When you're in the ocean of water, you're going to get wet, right? But the idea is to move to land, because then you can sit, stand, sleep. Because in the ocean, you cannot sit, stand, and sleep while you're in the water. Now, if you're in a boat, you can little sit, stand, and sleep, but then it's a little, motion sickness and things happen. And sooner or later, you want to get off the boat. And these days, you really don't want to be on a boat, as we can see. Now governments are telling all these cruise liners, stop, no more cruise liners, causing a lot of problems, So the thing is this, that in your heart, pray to Krishna and say, I want to be in the mode of goodness, in the mode of pure goodness, I want to be in the mode of pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva. I want you. I want whatever mode I can find you in. Because in the three modes you cannot find Krishna. In the mode of pure goodness, you can find Krishna. Now, we are not qualified to be in the mode of pure goodness. But Krishna can allow us to be in the mode of pure goodness. You see that thing? This is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. It's not just your endeavor. It is also Krishna's mercy. So Krishna's mercy is very powerful. The endeavor, no matter how much endeavor we do, cannot create what mercy can create. So we do some endeavor, we try our best. Not that, we're lazy and we think, I'm not going to try. If you don't try, it means you really don't want it. And if you really don't want it, Krishna is not going to give it. So he wants to give it only to those who really want it. So try, make an effort. And most importantly, stay in the association of devotees who are making that type of effort. These devotees at one time were also not able to do anything properly. In fact, they were messing up their lives. If I look at just this life, forget my previous lives. If I look at just this life, there's so many things I messed up before I came to Hare Krishna. You see, I look back and I think to myself, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Can't be me. I was doing those things. That's really bad. So I'm thinking like that. But the point is that all of us go through these different things that are actually very abominable. Abominable means very bad, nasty. Some of us less, some of us more. You see? But when we come to Krishna consciousness, because we touch devotees who are on the path, resolute on that path, we also touch the process. See? First, sambandha. Sambandha means touch the people, and including seeing Krishna like that. Then touch the process, which is avidya. Then we'll touch the results, the goals. And the goals are that we'll rise, the consciousness will rise to pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva, like that. So then, how do you know you're in Shuddha Sattva? You know you're in Shuddha Sattva when in your heart, you feel very happy when you hear the name Krishna. You feel very good when there's anything that is being spoken about Krishna. You feel really nice about it. When you're eating Krishna Prasadam, you feel happy. You get pleasure. This is why Prabhupada, only one question he'd ask his devotees. He would never ask them, are you chanting your 16 rounds? Are you following the 4 regulative principles? Are you serving the temple president nicely? Are you cooperating with the other devotees? Those things he could have asked. Those are all very powerful things to do in this world. No. What he asked was, are you happy? Why? Because if you are in the mode of pure goodness, then you will become happy. In Krishna consciousness, I'm talking about. You'll be happy with Krishna consciousness. And the fact is, all of us are. All of us here who are hearing right now, I'm speaking and we are all hearing, I'm hearing also. We're all happy in Krishna consciousness. It's just our happiness is not complete yet. It is still becoming more and more complete. We want to get it to complete happiness. That's called suprasidati. Prasiddha means to become satisfied. Suprasidati means complete. And this is way back in chapter 1 of Srimad Bhagavatam. This statement is made that, because some questions are asked by the sages, that what is the most important thing to do in this world? And so the answer that's given is Savai Pungsang Parodharmo Yathor Bhakti Adokshije. Ahituki Apratihata Ye Atma Suprasidati. So basically, Savai Pungsang Parodharmo. Amongst all of creation, Savai Pungsang Parodharma, the greatest thing to do is Yathar Bhakti Adokshije, is to actually serve Krishna. Krishna is called Adokshija. Adokshija means always victorious, never fails, always wins, is Adokshija. And so we do bhakti to Krishna. Yathar Bhakti Adokshije. Ahoituki Apratihata. Ahoituki means without any other motivation, no personal motivation. I love Krishna. I am worshipping Krishna because, I can have a nice bank balance. I can have some prestige in my life, whatever. Some nice food. I can become healthy. I can become strong. whatever. No. Ahaitaki means with no other motivation except to please Krishna. Only reason we are worshipping Krishna is to please Krishna. You want to make money? There's plenty of ways to make money. You don't need Krishna to make money. Krishna already made the arrangement through Maya. If they want to make money, let's give them the money. Did you know the 5 top companies in this world, the most richest companies in this world, none of the owners believe in God. They don't even believe in God, what to speak of Krishna. And yet they're the richest. Now it is true that devotees who actually in the past, the richest people were all devotees. In Kali Yuga, it's a little different. But in the other yugas, the richest were always the devotees. In the other yugas, you can make much more money than this yuga. This yuga is for the morally bankrupt people. We are the consciously bankrupt people who came to this yuga. The worst of the worst come. But the beauty is, the worst of the worst can become the best of the best. By Krishna consciousness. How powerful Krishna consciousness, it can make the worst of the worst, the best of the best. Remember, best of the best. Remember, chapter 3, we said 5 things: focus, unresentful, that you have to do something, be sincere, or never give up, and know that Krishna has promised, so be very hopeful, right? So we know, so this is going to actually help us in our lives. So we stay focused like this, and then what happens is that Krishna will take care. We'll rise to the highest platform, and everything will become first class because Krishna can do anything. That is why this verse is used. So then it says apratihata. Apratihata means without cessation. Don't stop. Everything you do should be connected to Krishna. So as I said before, even the bad things you do, connected to Krishna. Krishna will purify them. Over a period of time, you'll get purified. Krishna will purify them and then you will stop doing bad things and all the good things will happen. Because generally we are considered all bad in Kali Yuga. This is what Srimad Bhagavad says, everyone born is born all bad. Then, of course, there may be some exceptions. There are some exceptions who come from the spiritual directly to help us go back to God. But those are very few and very rare. I'm not one of them. I just want you to be clear. I'm not one of them. The point is that these persons, I mean, the persons who us who have, really bad past and very bad things and things like that, if we just connect everything to Krishna, good, bad, and the ugly, sooner or later, because that fan is really swiveling very fast, the badness is really fast. Pull the plug, then it sort of winds down to a halt. You see what I'm saying? So it automatically comes to a halt by this process of apratihata. Apratihata means keep going. Ahoituki says, don't do anything except to please Krishna. But because we're not there, another word is used, apratihata, so that keep doing whatever you're doing, but connected to Krishna. Then everything you'll do will be totally connected to Krishna. You'll never do anything that doesn't please Krishna. When we do that, it says, Ye Atma Suprasidati. Ye Atma, that soul will become completely satisfied. Completely satisfied. So this is how you get to pure goodness. This is the methodology of getting to pure goodness. Thank you very much. It's such a nice question because we all struggle with this question. To a lesser or greater degree, we're all struggling. Sometimes we don't even know we're struggling because it's in a subtle arena. In the gross arena, you can see something. Subtle arena, you can't see it. It's happening. You don't really know it's happening like that. So in subtle arena, it's definitely happening. The gross arena, some of us have got it better under control, but the subtle arena is still happening. Still thoughts are there, Some negative thoughts are there. Negative thoughts towards others, towards yourself, like that. So this has to stop altogether 100%. And that will stop when we actually become both Ahoituki and Apratihata. Completely for Krishna's pleasure and always only for Krishna's pleasure, like that. Thank you again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Neha Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for explaining. Nancy Mataji says, Hare Krishna, thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Next is Manish Prabhu. He has a question. Before he asks his question, I wanted to read a comment. His comment is from Venu Mataji. Hare Krishna, each day we cherish the hours 8 to 10 p.m. because the Bhagavad Gita class. We look forward to the group and Nityananda Prabhu's explanations. The confinement in home has been made very easy because of the Bhagavad Gita class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Divya and Venu Mataji.
Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. You're great souls. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and then we can ask, maybe Manish Prabhu can ask question, then I'll read some more. Manish Prabhu, you're next.
Call out Nancy and say thank you very much, Nancy. There's so many challenges in this world, and you're a single mother and struggling very hard, but you're doing exceptionally well. Well, that I know, and obviously, worshiping Kalchanji, it does give me indication. Stay the course. You're doing exceptionally well. Nancy is from a Christian background. And has taken to this process of Krishna consciousness very nicely, actually. And now her daughter also feels good about it. So this is a real miracle, because for Christians it's very hard to grasp these very intimate points, but she is grasped it very nicely. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much, Nancy. Go ahead, sorry.
All goes to Nancy Mataji. Manish Prabhu, are you ready?
Yeah, Prabhu, yeah. So thank you, Nityananda Prabhuji. Yeah, Prabhu, so I have a question about the faith. So Prabhu, like we have, in this world, we see so many like airplanes, like they fly and then they land. So when we book a flight, we have faith on the pilot, because we see so many around the world, like so many planes are successfully landing. Similarly, like I develop my faith, like when I go to office, I like for maybe 1 month I get the paycheck, so I support myself. So I get somehow my mind accept this and gets the faith that, oh yeah, if I go to office, work hard, I will get rewarded, get paycheck, and I can support me, myself, my family. But Prabhu, we chant and but it's still, when we don't see Krishna, I mean, then how do we develop that faith? How it becomes like a unflinching? Because we like in our nature, I have seen in myself, little things sometimes agitate the mind, and then also little events in this world also makes me anxious. So this shows that I don't have my faith is not actually improving. So can you please guide me, like how to improve the faith?
Thank you very much, bro. This is actually a very brilliant question. Even the best philosophers struggle with this question. So understand that the fact that you're asking this question means that you are doing very well, because the first thing in solving sickness is to know that you are sick. If you don't know you have a problem, then there is no solution. Just knowing, the fact that you know you have a problem is 50% of the solution right there. You see what I'm saying? Now, in your case, it's more than 50% because you have been actually practicing this faith. You have tried to chant, you're chanting, things like that. You're making some effort. You see what I'm saying? Now, let me explain. The faith that you have in your boss and in the job, that you get paid and then you can go back and you get paid again, you go back and you get paid again. Now you're developing faith, right? Strong faith, because it's actually doing something for you, very beneficial, which is how it was described in chapter 17. That faith that is happening, you should know, is Krishna taking care of you through that employer. Why Krishna is doing that? Because he wants to develop some faith in something. Because when you develop some faith in something, now at least you'll know what faith is. If you don't develop faith in anything, then how you know what faith is, right? So at least now you know what faith is, right? I think that is clear. I don't think you have any doubts what faith is. Your question is, and many, many millions and billions of people's question is, how do we strengthen this faith, fortify this faith, build this faith so that it reaches the highest level of faith, where I can have love for God, love for Krishna, like that. That is the real issue here. And for that, the process that is given is, the first thing is that you have to choose to want to love Krishna. And I think you've done that. So you passed that phase. You've chosen to love Krishna. You're not seeing results that are tangible for you in ways that actually makes you feel like, I think I'm doing well. You see what I'm saying? You feel like, okay, I'm doing something, but I don't know if I'm doing well. And probably I am not trying hard enough. I'm not doing the best things that I can do. And as a result of which, I am not feeling satisfaction that I am making reasonable progress. I know I might be making some progress, but not reasonable progress. You see what I'm saying? So here, let me tell you how progress is supposed to be seen. This is the situation. When you go to work and you do your work, when does the result come of the work that you are doing? Like, say, for example, you're working, say, are you in IT, Prabhuji? Are you doing IT?
Yes, Prabhu, yeah.
Okay. So in IT, you do projects, right? I mean, there's a certain project, you've got to complete a certain project, right? And there will be many parts to a project, and the full project itself, there'll be little steps that you've got to complete. Agreed? Yes? Okay. So the point is, how long does it take to finish a project? What is the average time for a project to finish?
Sometimes 6 months, or yeah.
Let's just say 6 months, 9 months, 6 months, 1 year. Let's even say 1 year. Okay? All right. So in 1 year, when you finish your 2 weeks work, and you're doing now, in 2 weeks, you have done let's say 1/50th, because I'm taking 50 weeks now as the completion of the project, right? I mean, sorry, it's now 1/25th, right? Of the 2 weeks you get paid, you finished 4%, okay, of the full project. Because the project is to do 100%, you need to do 50 weeks. You finish 2 weeks, you got paid for 4%, right? Agreed?
Yes.
Okay. So now you can see why it is moving forward, because you go from 4 to 8% to 12% to 16%, and now you're gaining confidence. You're going to get to 100%, and you're being paid along the way. You agree? So in spiritual life, the soul is eternal. We have spent trillions of lives not doing the right thing. Now we've started doing the right thing. 1% of a trillion years is what? How many years? What is 1% of trillion years? You're an IT person. You should. Indians should know math like this. What is 1% of $1 trillion? Or a trillion, not dollars, but trillion years. What is a trillion years, first of all? It is 1,000 billion, right?
Yes. Yeah.
What is 1% of 1,000? 10, right?
10. Yeah.
10 billion years is 1%?
Yeah.
100 million, maybe?
10%, 1% of a trillion years is 10 billion years, right? Agreed?
10 billion. Yeah.
1% is 10 billion. How much time have you spent chanting Hare Krishna now?
Just maybe 16 years.
Okay. What is 16 years over 10 billion?
Nothing.
And you're expecting big results, right? You see what I'm saying? So my point is, be patient. You are actually getting results. In 16 years, let me ask you one question, and please answer it from the honesty of your heart. Don't answer this question because you think I want to hear an answer from you. I don't want to hear any answer from you except what is the absolute truth from your heart. Okay?
Okay, Prabhu.
I said to you, I will give you $10 billion. Will you give up Krishna consciousness?
No, Prabhuji.
Why not? Because you've experienced some benefit, right?
Yeah.
You've experienced some value in it. In less than 1% of the time, you've experienced more benefit in your Krishna consciousness than if you had worked for 10 billion years having a job of the type you have right now. Can you understand the point here? So you are making progress. And Prabhupada gives a very wonderful explanation about this. I wanted to explain mathematically because mathematically a lot of people understand better, But let me give you the philosophical side of this. When you are in a plane, because you talked about a plane, right? When you're in a plane and you're taking off in a plane and you're landing, right? Which parts of that flight do you feel like you're really moving?
Airplane.
Yeah, in the airplane. When do you feel like you're really moving in that airplane? What times do you really feel like you're really moving now?
When airplane takes off. Yeah.
You're really moving because you can see everything shooting by quickly on the side. You see what I'm saying? So you know you're really moving. When you're completely in the air, at full distance in the air, 35,000 feet, the plane is its height now. Do you feel movement?
No problem.
And are you moving fastest at that time, or you're moving faster when you are taking off?
When I feel idle, yeah, at 30.
You're idling right now because you are taking off now. You've taken off. 16 years, you've already taken off long ago. Your flight is about to reach the destination. And there's no way you can see down there because there's nothing to see down there unless Krishna lets you see it. And he won't let you see it. If he lets you see it, you'll become proud. You'll become, oh man, I made great advancement. I'm a nice devotee, Krishna said. Punirmushtika Baba, become mouse again. So we don't want to do that. You see, we don't want to become proud. We want to stay the course because, let's put it this way, how many more years do you think you're going to live on this planet?
Not sure, Prabhu.
Just take a guess. Maximum, how many more years you're going to live on this planet?
Maybe 50 more years.
Yes. And what is 50 years over the trillion years you already spent in the past? Nothing, right? It's not even a fraction of a fraction of a fraction, right? And I can guarantee you, if you just continue the process, ahoituki apratihata, you continue the process, you're going to get to ahoituki. When you get to ahoituki, you really feel like, now I can see this very clearly. But if you keep the apratihata going, in less than 50 years, you will be in the spiritual world. This is Prabhupada's promise. Prabhupada did not want to come to planet Earth. Did you know that? Krishna really, really, really worked on him. Please go. Please help my people. I want them to come back home. Prabhupada said, no, I'm not going to that stupid place, that dirty place, that filthy place. Maya will take over me, and then you will be sending someone to rescue me after that. I'll be drowning in that place. I'm not going. Thank you very much. So Krishna made him a promise because he knew Prabhupada would not go. Krishna made him a promise. Okay, you go, drop your books and come back. I'll take care of you. Make sure whatever you want, I'll take care of. Prabhupada said, okay, I will only spend as much time as I have to write my books and come back, and you better take care of everything I want. And Krishna says, of course, no question. When Prabhupada came, Prabhupada said, anybody who follows this process, I guarantee you, you will go back to Godhead. Krishna now is scratching his head thinking, oh my God, he gave them such a big bonus. Just have to follow the process and you're going back to Godhead. Just genuinely follow the process. That's all. Whatever you can do, you do that, you will be successful. No doubts about it. No if, buts, and when. I will stay back in this world if I am wrong. I'll stay back. I'm gladly coming back again if I am wrong on this issue. And I know I'm not wrong, and I have no interest in coming back to this world. I'm already signed off this world. I'm already signed off. I do not consider myself part of this world anymore. I've realized what this world is. I'm not interested. I'm not part of this world. I'm not going to do anything that's going to bring me back again here. Not playing the same games that I used to play in the past. I'm giving them all up. I've given them all up. I'm completely determined. But I am ready to come back if I'm wrong on this issue. I'm happy Krishna can bring me back. Because I lied. I said something that was not true. But I guarantee you, this is the truth and the absolute truth. So the point is that you are making progress. You don't know that you're making the progress. Thank Krishna that you don't know that you're making the progress. Thank Krishna that I know that I'm not making progress. Because then you're going to keep at it. No? You're going to be humble. You're going to keep at it. You're not going to give up. Because you know. You already got the elephant through the eye of the needle. The tail is stuck. Let's pull the tail out. Not go back again through the needle onto the other side again. The elephant got out. Instead of pulling the tail out, you put the elephant back through the needle to the back, wrong side again. That would be stupid. You know, and not that you're going to do that. I always fear that I'm going to do that. Very strong mind. So I think sometimes, you know, I can do something very stupid when I shouldn't. So I always pray to Krishna, please don't let me do stupid things, you know. Stop me, crush me, break me, smash me if I'm trying to do it. So that I won't end up doing it because I got the elephant out. I've just got the tail stuck. Few more years gone, few more years to go, and I'm done. Sayonara.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Goodbye to this world. Good riddance of bad rubbish. That's how I feel about it. I don't think people are bad. I don't think the place is bad. It's the material element that I'm not happy with now. I'm done with the material element. I'm not done with planet Earth in that sense. Planet Earth is worshipable. Krishna personally came to this planet Earth, put his foot on this planet Earth. This planet has become worshipable. This is why Pope John, you know, the Pope, whenever he goes anywhere, gets off the plane, first he kisses the ground. This earth is worshipable. People in this world are worshipable because they're all children of Krishna. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the material element, the material energy. I'm done with the material energy. That's it. So, you know, this is the way we actually all move forward, you know, and we hold our hands. We encourage each other because from time to time we're going to become a little discouraged. But if we encourage each other, then no one is going to become discouraged. That's why Prabhupada said 90% of our success will come from the association that we keep. And 90% of our success will come from the chanting. And the chanting is done by the servants of the holy name. We are servants of the holy name. We chant the holy name. Holy name is our master. We are the servants. So that is why 90% comes from chanting, 90% comes from the servants of the holy name. But thank you for that question, because that is such an important question. People forget from time to time, you know, that I have to keep going. I shouldn't give up. I shouldn't feel like I made it, nothing to worry about now, and plane falls down. You know, imagine it's flying, right? Full speed, you know, it's about to reach its destination, and the pilot thinks I already reached the destination, slams the brakes. What's going to happen to that plane? It's going to go down, right? And crash. You've got to keep the course until you've landed. And even after you landed, you've got to make sure that you land properly and go to the right place. So when we go at the end of our life, Krishna will arrange an airplane to take us, a airplane that is made of flour airplane, to take us through all the heavenly planets and say, see, it's very nice here. Why don't you get off? Then take us to Kailash, where Lord Shiva is. It's really very beautiful here. Look at all the beautiful women and everything. It's fantastic. Why don't you get off here? Then take us to Vaikuntha and all the wonderful places, all the way to Golok Vrindavan. There's so many beautiful places on the way. Krishna will say, I mean, these Vishnu Dutas will say, why don't you get off here? These are all fantastic places. Here, this is also God. Look, he looks exactly like Krishna. Narayan looks exactly like Krishna. Only difference is Narayan doesn't wear the peacock feather and doesn't have a flute. That's how you know it's not Krishna. But it looks exactly like Krishna. You see. So we'll be checked out. That's why when you get on the plane lands, he's got to get to the right spot. Otherwise, there's going to be confusion, right? Plane goes to the wrong spot. There's going to be a lot of confusion. You know. So get to the right spot. And we're going to do that. We're going to be careful until we land in Golok Vrindavan. We're going to be very careful. No chances, make no mistakes, correct the situation, keep moving forward like that. All the way, what you ask as a question is very important all the way until we get there. Be very, very alert like that, you know. Don't let our guard down. We did that in the past, we didn't go back to Godhead, and you know, this time we're not keeping our guard down. We're going to keep it up all the way until we get to Goloka. And we're not going anywhere else. We're not interested. Krishna can give us a whole universe and say, I'll give you the whole universe. Be the king of that universe. Be the Lord of that universe. And we'll say, thank you very much. Not interested. We're coming to Goloka. Even if I become a particle of dust in Goloka, it'll be better than any other universe can be in the Lord of that universe. That's how powerful a particle of dust is in Goloka now. Hard to understand these things, Such a beautiful, beautiful program. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Manish Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji, Nityananda Prabhuji. We have a lot of comments. So Lalita Mataji has a question, but before I read her question, I would like to just read a few comments. So one comment is from Arun Priya Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the awesome classes. We feel fortunate to get this opportunity. We will use your lessons to progress in Krishna consciousness.
Thank you very much.
Then Divya Mataji saying, thank you to Sarvajay Madhav for your dedication and for inspiring us all to join in this amazing discourse and keeping us all connected. We totally agree that Nityananda Prabhu's knowledge and delivery of this class is truly clear, and explanations and examples keeps all of us engrossed, looking forward to the next chapter. We will be really interested in continuing to participate in the Bhagavatam discussions too. Thank you to Prabhuji for keeping us connected. Hare Krishna. Kirti Das.
Thank you, Sarvajay Madhav.
All goes to Srila Prabhupada. All goes to Nityananda Prabhuji and devotees. Very well. Kirti Das. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for the wonderful class. This is Kirti Das from Puerto Rico. Welcome. Hari Bol. Kirti Das Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Puerto Rico is getting international. Hari Bol.
Hamsaduta Prabhu invited me.
Oh, Hari Bol. Thank you.
He's a yeah. By his mercy.
Great dear.
A very great saint.
Devotee in Kalachinji.
He doesn't let anybody know how advanced he is.
Yeah. Mukunda Madhav Prabhu, very nice class with bhakti and practical. Thanks, Nityananda Prabhuji from Dominican Republic. Please accept my humble obeisances to you, dear Prabhu. Hare Mukunda. Oh, thank you so much, Hari Bol. Hari Bol. And 1 second, I'll see if there's any. Hare Krishna, please remind me to order pizza. Okay, that's fine. Hare Krishna. Okay, now the question from. We are over time, but if devotee allow, we can ask question.
Sure.
There are two questions. One question is from Lalita Mataji. Thank you for wonderful class, Prabhu. There's a verse in 14.10 that there's competition for supremacy among the modes. We have seen that it's very difficult to rise to goodness. How to understand this verse, Prabhu? Your servant, Lalitangi Radha Devi Dasi. She's also from out of town, I think. Hare Krishna.
So these verses, these modes that are competing are three Matajis, It's Mother Lakshmi, Mother Saraswati, and Mother Durga. These three compete a lot with them. They, by the way, they're from the same family. Mother Lakshmi and Mother Saraswati come from Mother Durga. Mother Durga is the mother of Lakshmi and Saraswati. So, there's a bit of competition, family competition going on here. And we are the playthings that they play with. You see what I'm saying? So that's going to happen. Don't worry about that. All families like to have good fun. So they're having good fun like that. But for us, if we stay in the shelter of Krishna, then the modes cannot touch us. Even if the modes do touch the body and the mind and the intelligence, it doesn't touch the soul. You see what I'm saying? And so the idea is that just stay in the shelter of Krishna, and particularly in the shelter of devotees, because the devotees will also make sure that we remain sheltered, and then we will go to mode of pure goodness. The idea is not to try, and again, I said earlier, don't try to go to mode of goodness. Because if you try to go to a mode of goodness, then unfortunately you might end up with mode of passion. Try higher, then the lower one is easier, right? If you go for 100 marks, then 90 marks and 80 marks is more doable. If you aim for 80 marks, how are you going to get 90 and 100? You're probably not going to get, you probably end up with 60 or 70 marks in your life. You see what I'm saying? So in the same way, and the main thing is the intention. Remember your intention. If you have the desire that you want to go to pure goodness, Krishna will fulfill the desire too. Because Prabhupada wants that the devotee's desires are fulfilled. He prayed to Prabhupada, to Krishna, and Krishna will fulfill. So the main thing is desire it and keep talking about it to yourself that I want this, I want this, I want pure goodness, I want pure goodness, I want pure goodness. And then you try as far as possible to keep as much in good consciousness as possible, like that. And that'll keep you in more goodness most of the time, and then sometimes in pure goodness. But this is the way to actually move forward like that. The simple process, don't complicate it. Just like a child cries for the mother, our chanting is crying for Krishna, like that. So keep it simple, simple-hearted, and keep moving towards Krishna. And just say, Krishna, I love you, Krishna. And you're Mataji, you're so fortunate you're born in a Mataji's body. You can easily say to Krishna, I love you. I want to hug you, I want to kiss you, I want to whatever with you. I just want to hold you all the time. You see what I'm saying? Say that to Krishna. For men, it's a little harder. We don't think like that, you know. We love Krishna too, but we love him because he's such a beautiful person, such a powerful person, such a this, that, and the other, and everything else. But, you know, we also imagine that, you know, we may be in male body, but we're not really male. We're Prakriti. Prakriti means female. You know, we're just parading in male body. So, you know, we try to get out of that attitude. It's not so easy to do it for men. For women, it's a lot easier. You're naturally suited to love. That's why Prabhupada said, when women get to love Krishna, men can't touch. They take off very fast. But they're naturally linking easily towards Krishna. So please do that, you know. No one loves you more than Krishna does. Just love him with all of your heart and soul. And keep talking to him like a lover boy. You know, how do you talk to a lover boy, right? Get mad at him at times. Say nice things to him at times. Do the dance, you know, like you say. Do the dance. He loves it. He loves the dance. His favorite thing is the rasa dance. So you do the dance for him, you know, like that. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Next question, Sarvajaya Prabhu. We might have lost Sarvajaya Prabhu for a while. What was the next one? Here he is. Now he's here. Yeah. Sarvajaya Prabhu. Anybody know the next question? They can read there.
Haribol Babaji, Dandot.
Okay. Anil Prabhu, you have a question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We have a question like, you know, you talk about connecting or one day going to Goloka Vrindavan, right?
Goloka Vrindavan.
So how do we actually transport there? Do we connect from the Bhuloka or how do we do that?
Yeah, we connect the place where Krishna is performing his pastime. So basically here we train our attitude that this is what we want. We train our attitudes very strongly that we want to be with Krishna. Then Krishna allows us to come to that planet where he is performing his pastime. And also to where Gauranga Mahaprabhu is performing pastime. That's on a different planetary system. You see what I'm saying? So basically we go there and we get first class training. And everything is corrected. Any small things that need to be corrected are completely corrected. We become perfected beings. And then we go to the spiritual world of Golok Vrindavan. In the material world, there is also a place which is like Golok Vrindavan. It's called Gokula Vrindavan. There it's called Goloka Vrindavan. Here it's called Vrindavan. So we want to go to Gokul Vrindavan, and from there we'll go to Goloka. But the interest is to go to Goloka. You see what I'm saying? Then we go through Gokula to Goloka, like that. We should know our ultimate destination. Our ultimate destination is Golok Vrindavan. Gokul Vrindavan is on the way to Golok Vrindavan. And now, how do you know what Vrindavan is? You can read about it. They're very nice books. And, you know, if you just text me or something, I'll tell you some books that are about Golok Vrindavan itself, you know, and Gokul Vrindavan. So that, you know, now you develop the taste for Vrindavan like that, and the taste for Mayapur also. Mayapur is also Vrindavan. Mayapur is Radharani's version of Vrindavan. It's a very sweet place. You know, Mayapur Navadvipa, very sweet place. So that's where Gauranga Mahaprabhu performed. Gauranga Mahaprabhu's pastime is also very sweet, like that. So learn about these places, because then we know where we're going and why we want to go there, because it's such nice places, you know. Just like we also like to go to nice places in this world, right? You know, people go to Yellowstone Park and, you know, this place, that place, Niagara Falls, and, you know, to Rishikesh. Good nice thing.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. There was one comment from Vinda Mataji. She wanted to share some story, I guess.
Oh.
And there was two more questions. Somehow my WhatsApp got deleted. Sorry, the messages. So Arvind Prabhu just typed the question, but there's one more. Mataji or Prabhuji had one more question.
Sure.
I'm trying to see if they can post. But we will give opportunity to Vinda Mataji. She wanted to share something. Go ahead, Vinda Mataji.
Please, please.
Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
Yes, very clearly. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much for the nice talk. I was really appreciating your point about how you can really feel the movement of the plane during takeoff and landing. And it reminded me of Girish Swami's book, Life's Final Exam. And there's one really beautiful story in there. There's a devotee who was getting ready to leave her body, Mother Kamudiki, and she was going in and out of consciousness towards the end of her life. And at one point she was sort of in half consciousness, and she was talking to the devotee who was taking care of her. And she said, I always thought that Krishna consciousness was for everyone else. And the devotee said, but now do you feel Krishna in your consciousness? And she said, yes, I always thought it was for everybody else, but now I know it's for me too. And I thought that was really touching. At the end, she realized, you know, we hear about all these great personalities and we think it's so far away. So I just thought I'd share that.
And actually Krishna says that, by the way. He waits until the end, because otherwise sometimes we become proud, right? Oh, I'm Krishna conscious. And then we start doing bad things, you know. We start abusing the process. So Krishna sometimes holds it until the last moment so that we stay humble, you know, like that.
The devotees, she was even saying, like, she would kind of half wake up and say, why are all these devotees in my room? Why are they all having a picnic here? And there was no one in the room, just that one devotee.
She was seeing devotee Krishna having a picnic with her. Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you very much. Very inspiring. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji. Question from Arvind Balasubramanian Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. In Vrindavan folklore, there is a story of how Radharani was very sorry to see Jackal being haunted by village boys. Is there any similar incident about Krishna instantly turning someone to a perfected being capable of immediate service in Goloka?
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, there's some nice stories. There's particularly the story of the hunchback woman, you know, who actually wanted to be with Krishna. She's very ugly and, you know, but sort of like hunched down. But she wanted to serve Krishna in a way that is like a lover and a beloved, you know. So actually, Krishna just touched her, and she became like a very beautiful girl immediately. Immediately, she became a very beautiful girl, you know. And Krishna even spent some time with her in her what they call Bhagavad. It's a place where, you know, people have a sensual. Of course, there was nothing else that happened there. But the point is that he even spent very intimate time with her like that, because he wanted to fulfill her desire, because she wanted to love Krishna like that. Krishna is very, very kind person, you know. And by the way, that is her Krishna. So, you know, everyone has their Krishna. So if Krishna wants to deal with you in a certain way, he's very entitled to do it. There's nothing immoral about that, you know. So, but the point is, there's a case where instantly somebody got something. Another example of instantly was Sudama. You know, Sudama came to Krishna, very poor person. He would eat every third day. His children would eat every second day. Every next day, he would tell the children, like today, children would eat. He would tell them, tomorrow is Ekadasi, so fasting. Then the next day they would eat, and then they said the day after again is Ekadasi. The children used to eat like that. And he used to eat after so many days once. Very poor person. Then he went to Krishna, and he met Krishna, And when he met Krishna, at in his palace, he had brought some nice grains for Krishna to eat. Very, very simple grains, poa, like that, beaten rice, flat rice. So Krishna took one bite, and immediately a huge castle appeared in where Sudama was staying. His wife was amazed. She was now like a queen inside a castle. Things like that happen. So there are many, many instances where Krishna will do things, but devotees are not excited by these types of things. Why? Because they're still in this world. We're not interested in this world. We're interested in Goloka because there amazing things happen. I mean, what happens here is nothing compared to what happens there. So we have to stay more focused. But whatever happens here, we also love it because it's something amazing, right? Something miraculous like that. Hare Krishna. Radharani has the same capacity, by the way. She's equally powerful as Krishna. Radharani, Krishna, and Balram are exactly the same soul. 3 bodies, but the exact same soul. Those are the only 3 that are exact same soul. And of course, Gauranga Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, and Nityananda is Balram. So again, same soul, like that. And Gadadhar Pandit, like that, same soul. But everybody else is a different soul. You see what I'm saying? Although they are incarnations of Krishna. But these 3 are exactly Krishna. And they can do whatever Krishna can do, they can do as well. They're all very, very powerful personalities. And of course, on the other side, 3 also, Lord Gauranga, Lord Nityananda, and Gadadhar Pandit.
Jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, and thank you, Arvind Prabhu. I will, there's a last question, one question from Arun Priya Mataji. Before I ask it, I'll just read the last comment.
Okay.
Sham Krishna Gopal Prabhu is giving this comment. Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my obeisances. I'm Sham Krishna Gopal Das from the Dominican Republic.
Wow.
Thank you. Your very beautiful class. Your words remind me that I do not have much faith in my effort, but I have absolute faith in the words of Srila Prabhupada and my Guru Maharaj.
Yes.
And this keeps me in the process.
Thank you. So
Thank you, Shyam Krishna Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam. Hari.
amazing. Very good, very good.
Last question of the day. Arun Priya Mataji. Hare Krishna. I'm reposting my question. If there is time, different ways of bhakti like Dasya, Bhaktya, then Sanjay Bhakta, Madhurya Bhakta, and so on. Thank you, Prabhuji. So there is, actually there was she posted the question somehow. If somebody can read, please go ahead. I missed that whole question. So she was asking the difference between, I think, different type of bhaktyas.
Different types of bhakti. So
Madhurya Bhakta, Dasya Bhakta.
yeah. So what is
Prabhuji, correct me if I did not get your question right.
Please, come on and what is the question? Because yes, there are different types of bhakti. So what is the question?
Is there a time different ways of bhakti like Dasya, Bhaktya, like that is she was asking.
Oh, okay, so I mean, maybe the question is that at different times, can you be practicing different types of bhakti in your life?
Yeah.
Like start with Dasya Bhakti and then go higher to say Vatsalya and Madhurya, like that. So actually the idea is not to so get concerned about that in your life, The idea is that you have an original position in Golok Vrindavan. And in Golok Vrindavan, the original position is, that is the position we want to get back to. So idea is, don't so much analyze, Madhurya is better than Vatsalya, and Vatsalya is better than, Dasya, Dasya is better than, Vatsalya is better than Sakhya, Sakhya is better than Dasya, Dasya is better than, neutral bhakti, right? Like that. So Shantya, what's called Shantya. We're not into that. Don't ever get into that. The reason is that we don't artificially think about something. Let Krishna reveal it to us. Let particularly Lord Nrsimhadev reveal it to us. And the way to do that is to stay in the process. The process is the same. You see what I'm saying? That we have to associate with devotees. We have to chant Hare Krishna. We have to read Prabhupada's books and other books that are written according to the same writings. then we have to dance in front of the deities and eat devotional food, prasadam, like that. Be devoted, be a little disciplined in our lives like that. And encourage others to do the same. See what I'm saying? So if we just stay with this process, the Sankirtan process, then what will happen is automatically all these will be revealed as you chant the holy name. These things will become revealed to you. And then when it gets revealed, you'll be so happy with it. There's no question of thinking that because someone is in Dasya, they are less than somebody who's in Sakya. Not at all. Doesn't work. In Golok Vrindavan, the whole dham is Madhurya. So even those who are in Shantya can practice Madhurya there. That's the amazing thing about Goloka. Just somehow make it there. That's all. Even a particle of dust that makes it Golok Vrindavan, that particle of dust can do amazing Madhurya things that can't be imagined, although it is in Shantya. So this is hard to understand right now. It's a Chinta Veda Veda. But the point is that the main thing is that somehow we please Krishna. Somehow, dear. Like they say by hook or crook. By the way, this word hook or crook are two islands. So when these guys used to travel to England, they used to go through these two islands. They used to come from the island of Hook or the island of Crook. So they used to say by hook or crook. That's what hook or crook really means, by the way. Not that you do something bad or anything like that. So whichever way you can, make it. But the idea is love Krishna and please Krishna. Because once you please Krishna, everything will be taken to the best possible extent. Because you have your own Krishna. So remember, your own Krishna is only going to give you the best. He's not going to give you less than somebody else. No, because he's your Krishna. He's going to fight for you. And all these Krishnas are equally powerful. So they're going to all make sure that all of their people are the best. And nothing short of the best. You might think, well, how can everybody be by the best? Not possible in this world, but it is possible in Golok Vrindavan. That's why you want to go to Golok Vrindavan. It's the place of the best of the best of the best. And everybody is totally in love with one another. They take care of each other so nicely that there is nothing missing in anyone's life. There's no shortage. There's no lacking in any way. There's just too much and too much and too much. And people are so happy with that too much that, that there's no time to think about anything that might be an issue. But there is no issue. And they appreciate it that there's no issue. They're just totally in love with Krishna and they're all just trying to compete with Krishna. Krishna is competing with them, trying to outdo their love, and they're trying to outdo Krishna's love. And so big competition going on there between Krishna and his devotees. Who can love each other one more? And it just spirals upwards like that. More and more love. So, yeah, timeline, there's no such timeline that you first go to Shantya Ras, then go to Dasya, then go to Sakya, then go to Vatsalya, then go to Madhurya, like that. There's no such timeline. There's no. It looks like one is better than the other. In this world, that can be said to be a comparison because here we have to make comparisons. But in Golok Vrindavan, there is no comparison. Nobody thinks that a kripa in Vrindavan is less, Golok Vrindavan is less than a person in Golok Vrindavan. No, it doesn't work like that. The kripa can become a person anytime it wants to. It has full capacity. Not only can become a person, it can create many creations and fill them up with people and lord it over all those creations if it wants to. It doesn't do it because there's not much fun in doing that. Too much work, not much fun. There's far more fun in Golok Vrindavan and hardly any work. No work at all. Easy, because there's so much strength in every person. They can do anything at any time. This is what Krishna is trying to encourage us to come to. And we're hanging around this nasty place thinking, oh, this is nice, this is nice. But ignorance, that's all, pure ignorance. Thank you very much, Mataji. Wonderful question.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji.
Right.
And today we took a little bit more time. I apologize, everybody. But today's questions were amazing. Devotees keep asking. So, Kirtida Mataji, we're going to have one more class tomorrow. Tomorrow is chapter 18th, the last chapter of Bhagavad Gita. I don't know if we can complete in one class or maybe two classes because it's a long chapter.
2 classes, it'll be 2 classes.
Yeah.
This is very important. Chapter 18 is the end, conclusion. We got to get everything wrapped up in 18. So yeah, 2 classes. Thank you very much.
So you are welcome to invite friends from all over the world to join last chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and hopefully Nityananda will give the whole summary.
Yeah, it'll summarize, It is a summary itself, actually. The conclusion is a summary.
Yeah. And also I would like to, Chandramohan Prabhu was reminding me that there's a pizza service we've been doing from Temple. Every Friday, Temple makes pizza. So if anybody wants those pizza delivered to your place, please get some orders from your neighbors, from other devotees, non-devotees, and you can place order in one of the groups. Reach out to Padma Mataji, Manjuli Mataji, and it's $15 for one pizza, vegetarian, nice pizza. So you can order. This will help the temple. And last thing, tomorrow we have a Japathon. We are doing Kirtan every day. We started again from today. We did last week, then we started again from today. And I would like to invite all of you, come and chant 1, 2, 3 round, whatever round you can chant, all 16 rounds also. It's going to be from 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time for 90 minutes. And as Nityananda was telling, Sankirtan is much needed right now to help with this coronavirus pandemic. So devotees coming together and chanting is very powerful. And I've seen when devotees chant together, they actually chant more and they chant more seriously because they have association. So my humble request to you is please join tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we'll try to continue this. And 18th is Ekadashi. We're going to do a huge Harinam Sankirtana International online. So 18th also I'll send invitation. So please join and see you all tomorrow. And now we're going to sing the Narasimha prayer together with His Grace Nityananda Prabhu.
Yes,
And
everybody together.
anything else you want to say, Nityananda Prabhu?
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste
So we do it together. Everybody do it together.
Yato yato yami tato narsimho bhagar narsimho rude narsimho narasimhamade saranam prapadye tava karakamale nakam adbhuta sindha dalita hiranyakashipu Tana Bringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Ananta Shesh Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Ananta Shesh Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Jayo Prabhupada Prabhupada Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Jayo Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo
Jai Gaur Premanande. Hari
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Krishna.
Thank you so much. Hari Hari Bol. Mukunda Madhu Prabhu.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare
Bye,
Krishna.
me. Thank you. Haribo.
Dandavad.
Jai
Hare
Ho.
Krishna.
See you all tomorrow. Jai.
Thank you, Prabhu. Night class. Haribo.
Jai.
Jai.
We forgot to chant one time Hare Krishna for everybody. Let's do it. Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Hare,
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare
everybody.
Hare Krishna.
Nityananda Prabhu, thank you so much. Such a wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Nice.
Muralidharan Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Bo.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhu,
Hare
everybody.
Krishna.
Tomorrow is the last chapter. Get some questions ready for you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama.
Jai, Jai, Jai. Jai.
Nityananda Prabhu, thank you so much.
Jai.
Thanks for reminding me about pizza.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Nityananda Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Dandavad
Krishna.
Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Hamsada Prabhu, for inviting your
Hare
friends.
Krishna. Thank you.
All
Thank
the
you. Hare
families.
Krishna.
Very well.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Sucharya Mataji. Dandavad Pranam.
Thank you. Thank you. Haribo. Hearing you.
Jai.
Haribo.
Gauranga. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone.